want to make fully sure, by the way, I have Boxie open on my left side so that I can always see this properly, like his game. This is still kind of off. This is fine for the first game because, you know, I can just have it open next to each other, but for the next game, let's just make sure to double check again Boxie. It's totally fine, you know. It's not a big issue, luckily. We see the main part, the gameplay, and we can also kinda see the points at least. It is 3040, 3800, yeah, 26k. And 68k here for Shuichi, so Shuichi having a nice small early lead here against Boxie. And we can see here 99 for Boxie against 139 for Shuichi, which means Shuichi is like 1.5 to 2 Tetrises ahead of our Portuguese player Boxie, which is, you know, a nice small lead, not too big and not too small, just a nice lead as you love to see them. But yeah, Shuichi on quite an amazing pace here so far. We can see 213 at 44 lines. I mean, it's not quite perfect. Still, Shuichi here. This is like an amazing pace, especially as a desk player. You don't see that often. And next Tetris to Boxie here. And Boxie filling in the bar dependency here. Getting the Tetris readiness, waiting for the next Tetris here. And already 80k here behind Shuichi, so quite early. And big lead for our German player. And I'm trying to not be biased, by the way. Like, of course, I'm by definition biased towards the German player as a fellow German. But I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I hope that you can trust me there. As it is now the next Tetris for Shuichi. Shuichi now about 100k here ahead of Boxie, which means it's nearly 4 Tetris lead here to Shuichi. So Shuichi, nice game here so far. 420 at 84 lines here. This is 600k-able. Let's see if Shuichi can open up this match having a 600k. That of course would be quite the amazing opening here for our German player. Play Boxie. Also of course in a pretty good pace here. Not quite as amazing, but still here at 373 against the 430, which means now down to only a 60k difference. But our Portuguese player has played 6 lines more. Which, yes, isn't the biggest lead, isn't the smallest lead, so kind of nice situation here. Let's simply say it like that. Here in the last about 15 lines now of level 18 here before the first level 19 transition of the game, of the match even. So let's see how that will go here. Who can take game number 1? And it is a 560 transition here for Boxie, 540 transition here for Shuichi. So 2 amazing first games here in the transition at least. And Boxie actually was able to come back from that 100k point difference here. So you never count someone out of even if there's like a 150k point difference. That stuff can be changed quite easily. Oftentimes just takes a couple of lines of more efficient play. Like if someone needs to burn 8 lines from that point onwards, then yeah, that's gonna be, depending on the level of course, allow you to catch up quite a lot. And Boxie open once again here at 646.85 against 613 here for Shuichi. So Boxie, as I said, around about a Tetris ahead, needing to burn a few lines here that may allow Shuichi get a lead in. Boxie also getting a bit higher now, getting the double here, perfect and nice flat long bar Tetris to Shuichi. Shuichi now at 679 against 657 at about the same lines, which means you're back to a Tetris lead here. We were back to Tetris lead here to our German player. It is kinda neck and neck here depending on when the lines are being played. Which of course is the case quite often. Yeah, this is looking like amazing 19 so far. I mean, I'm just watching it, a bit mesmerized, not seeing any big issues. Just looking quite nicely here so far. Pretty much exactly what we want to see. And you're now level 26 for both players, as we can see here. 835 against 849. This means we still have about the same lead here, neck and neck, not so lead to be exact. And Shuichi on a bit of burning situation here that has allowed Boxie to get a lead here into 905 against 890 here for Shuichi. Shuichi open once again, having played 2 lines more. Nice tuck here for Shuichi's side, getting the T-pieces exactly to where they need to be. Boxie getting a bit higher here, taking the safety single here. Next safety single here for Boxie. Shuichi now being open once again, potentially getting maxed out by the Tetris here to Shuichi. And here Boxie's just now burning here. He was able to stay ahead pretty much until now, max out to Shuichi. And it looks like level 27 and 28 is where it kind of fell apart for Boxie, as he's now at 921. Yeah, I would. So it's now 1-0 for Shuichi. And Boxie, can you double check that your property stands ready? Because at least on my side, as you can see, it still looks a bit weird. Like, it was an amazing game for both of you. High level 18 to 19 transition. And is it maybe just Shuichi cut off on my side? Could that maybe be? Okay, no, it looks like it's actually a bit off here on Boxie's side. So we're gonna give him that, let's say 2 minutes to adjust that. It shouldn't take too long, so we will, you know, rather give him that time to properly adjust than to have any issues. And I believe this looks pretty much good now. Oh, yeah, a bit squeezed to the left. Exactly. Oh, but yeah, if I see it correct on stream, then it should look good now. You can try turning it off so that we can see actual gameplay, but based on the bit that I saw, this should be good. Okay, it's not quite perfect, but it's, yeah, exactly, Boxy. It's not perfect, but it is good enough. We can work properly using this. We're no longer having, like, I don't no longer have to have the studio mode open just to see your gameplay. So we have two ready. So let's start game number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And thanks for adjusting the senses so quickly here, Boxy. I don't believe we need any punishment points because it, you know, didn't take too long. There's some people, of course, who need like 10 minutes to do the stencil. In that case, I agree with the penalty points. It's kind of like a no-show at that point because you're not properly prepared. Unless you have a good reason, of course. But yeah, if it's like a 2-minute adventure, maybe I'm too kind, but at least in my opinion it does not matter too much here. So yeah, next Tetris here to Shuichi, 72 for Boxie, 7200, not 72,000, and now 30k to Boxie, against 68k to Shuichi. So Shuichi having a small early lead here. As Boxie just got his own next second Tetris, and Shuichi is now setting up for his fourth Tetris, as we can see. Third Tetris to Boxie, 75 against 93, next Tetris here to Shuichi. So yeah, as I said, we have a nice small early lead here to Shuichi. And welcome to the chat, Yelena. Exactly, it is 0-1 for Shuichi. As of course the stream does properly show, didn't show a 1-0 for Boxie, it always showed 1-0 for Shuichi. Boxie now getting a bit of trouble here, getting nice perfect burns here. Well played by Shuichi. But yeah, thanks for pointing out these small things, and that's exactly why I don't also worry about the predictions. Because if I do predictions and the stream, there's just too much that I can fully accidentally F up. So I'm just not gonna do it. So you know, even this honestly quick and easy already happened. I already had a small issue and I don't want to repeat that more often than necessary. Hannah's saying I do them when I watch, but I'm not mod. I can't make you a mod, I believe. Or can I? I can gift you a sub though. Yeah, so maybe Boxie can make you mod in the future because you of course are one of the main people and you're on pretty much all of the chats or like streams, I'd say. Yeah, there's only just a few that Hannah is not in, so would make sense to kind of take a bit of pressure away from us streamers here. And the Boxie being a bit high, waiting for the next Tetris here, but if I thought correctly on Shuichi's side, the bar's not gonna come for a bit here, so Boxie's not getting higher. Close to here on the right side, and I believe this could be it. He overshifts the J-piece, which means 2-0 for Shuichi. Shuichi also topping out now. Yeah, exactly. Boxie saying damn nice route there. Kinda run a game, you know, we had double level 29, nearly no, max out for Shuichi, nearly max out for Boxie. Next game be like, okay, now it's just gonna be this. And thanks Boxie for giving the moderator privileges here to Hannah. Okay, we now have ready for Shuichi. Of course, Boxie is gonna take a minute or two longer for this admin stuff that he did. And both players are ready, so start game number 3. 3 and 3, 2, 1, Tetris. The game number 3 has started, both players already have a Tetris, and of course some push-down points here to our German player, as we have 2 more Tetrises, so it is 45 against 46, as Shuichi already played a single that Boxie didn't have to play, but Boxie's board is getting into a bit tougher position. Shuichi's board is in a bit tougher position here, so we have now some cleanup, or maybe Boxie's just gonna play 3 high. I would normally not recommend playing 3 high, but the stake is accommodating that here on Boxie's side, and he has got the bar and Tetris for Boxie into 94k against 80k here for Shuichi, so Boxie is once again having a small lead here early on in this game. And you are now also already behind the schedule, I see. Thanks for the raid of Pampino. Pampino's, I'm not gonna read the full name, just of Pampino's. And yeah, it's 100 against 86 here. Shuichi getting the next Tetris into 35. And one more here for Shuichi, which also means we got a Tetris and a second Tetris for Boxie. Thanks a lot for the raid, monthly Tetris. I hope that you had some amazing CTM action happening over there. Oh, and Vance, welcome in the chat. Vance may play a bit later. We are still waiting on some information here from our British player SV. But yeah, potentially happening. And of course also thanks for the follow. And I'm gonna plug us a bit because we have a Discord server here. It's gonna be the Discord server. You can find us here if you're interested in some amazing DES Tetris action. This is together with CTM DES Masters, one of the main places to find DES and TSC Tetris online. And yeah, there's now 240 for Boxie against 247 for Shuichi, 236 for Boxie, so it is neck and neck between these two players, less than Tetris difference. So it has been pretty much the sole match. Like the first match also was really close between Tagger and Chida. That went in a 4-2. 4-2 partly because we do a best of 6. Meaning that in total we play up to 6 games. If you win 4 games, you win the match and you get 3 points for the standings. If both players win 3 games, they get 1 point for the standings. Hannah saying in 2 hours DST has moved us forward in the Americas advance. What the heck? Just... Has the time shift actually happened today? Like true today? Because if it has, that explains why I woke up so late. I thought it was gonna happen later, but Boxie is stopping out. I was so confused about the DST. When is it gonna happen here? Okay, 30th of March, yeah, exactly. Okay, good. I was just a bit confused about the time shifts. Sorry, Boxie, for not noticing the top out. It is now a 3-0 for Shuichi, I believe. Let me just double check the score. I'm pretty sure. Yep, it is. So GG's Shuichi for getting the 3-0 here. And man, Hannah, well done confusing me about daylight savings time. Apparently, there's a difference in like changing the time between the... Not sure if it's America, so United States, I'm not fully sure, and Europe, because here it's in the end of March. Apparently it's different over there. That's confusing. 100% confusing, but we have already here on Shuichi's side, and Boxie will probably also get ready soon. Pupio saying, can you explain how a draw works here? I mean, a draw is if both players get the same amount of wins, so 3. And thanks for the follow, Anna. Let's start the next game here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And Van saying, okay, Google is converting times wrong for me. Honestly, time zones are so confusing. I personally try to live in UTC as much as possible because the Seoul DST, like daytime savings, and all of the different time zones, they're just so absolutely confusing. I believe it's like France and Germany have the same time zone, and Poland as well. It just does not make any sense, for example. But that's a bit too off topic, especially as Shuichi is getting high here, and okay, gets the double here. He does get the long over. Tetris here to Shuichi into 47k here. Oh, mischiefs here of the SZ pieces. He is getting the next triple, so Shuichi is now out of the immediate danger zone here. He gets the 2E spin as well. Still pretty high here. He is now starting the clean up, and that was a clutch survival here on Shuichi's side. Ooh. Oh, the nerves. What a save by Shuichi. I feel like that shouldn't have worked out, but Shuichi made it happen, and it is still neck and neck. 64 against 64. Shuichi, of course, still has a bit of cleanup here left to do. But holy, what was that? And Fan's also saying, have you ever heard of football? You know, this kind of sarcastic voice, because our format is inspired by football, and Shuichi is now also in a bit of trouble once again. He does get the over! Double for Shuichi, what the heck is he doing? Next single here. Okay, he needs some for the left side. Just casual. What the heck, Shuichi? Okay, next J piece. He needs, for example, a T piece here. He gets the J piece, not perfect L piece, over to the left J piece here for the single. Now wants a bar for column 3. Is the bar gonna... Okay, no. It didn't work out endlessly here for Shuichi, which means first game goes to Boxie. What a crazy game here by Shuichi. Yeah, Shuichi saying that went well. It went much better than I would have expected. Like, you have had no right to survive some of that stuff, but you just did, at least for some time. Boxie also saying, nice distraction tactics, definitely. Not your handed variant. Handed? I have no idea how to pronounce that. What I know though is that both players are ready, so let's start game number 5 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Just one more game here for Shuichi to win, as we are on the match point for Shuichi. Shuichi also has a guaranteed point now for the standings, and Box needs to win the next 2 games for us to have, for him to have a point for the standings. But he can no longer win the match. And Poopy earlier said, I have 6 points so far and 1 match left. 7 matches, I feel dangerously not enough for top 12, so essentially I'm already in the knockout stage, going to a last group phase match. I mean, I know what you mean, but I would say that this is pretty much acceptable, because, you know, it's quite a lot of matches that you're playing, and I feel like the requirement of having to win like 2 matches to be in the playoffs is fine. But I know what you mean. It can be a bit not so fun if you know that your last matches no longer matter that much. Makes it a bit tougher to be motivated. Talking about motivation, by the way, we also have a match Reno here, so if you enjoy some high level death action, feel free to add to the prize pool here. The first thing being mno.gg/99e7 4c4f88. So yeah, feel free to donate to the prize pool. And in this current match, it is 162 for Boxie against 163 for Shuichi, meaning it is neck and neck close game number 5. Which means we're also getting close to being finished on this match. And yeah, 30 UTC, by the way, is definitely past my time. Like, I believe I said that this is kind of the last that I would do of SV, and we're now at the time of SV, so yeah, definitely not gonna buy and gonna happen. But Boxie said that he would do SV versus Vance, so that is perfect. Hoopy also saying, yeah, drawing 333. 333 times critical and point 30, since those are 6, yeah, pretty much. In theory, you can get like the 3 points for a win. If you get a draw, it's only 1 point, which, in my opinion, is still fair. Though to be fair, probably have the toughest group of opponents to face. Yeah, of course, that's also always a factor, because we can't guarantee a 100% fair season. Advancing, I think if we wins for only 2 points, the draw would help more. On the one hand, yes. On the other hand, that would kind of invalidate draws, not draws, wins a bit in my opinion. Here we are at about 80 lines and we are now at 307 against 385. Meaning we have a small lead here for our German player of a bit. I believe it's a Tetris in pace. Like a Tetris and a half. Small jet attack here on Shuichi's side, getting Tetris now. Also Tetris just happened here for Boxie. Next Tetris for Boxie as well. 424 for Boxie, 458 here for Shuichi. Pretty much the same amount of lines played, which means, as I said earlier, we have around about a 1.5 Tetris lead here for Shuichi. Next Tetris for Shuichi. Shuichi being a bit high now, which means he is realistically gonna do a bit of burning soon and digging to get into a, let's say, standard position for the transition. And yeah, Vance also saying current system is fine though. Yeah, I mean, you can always adjust like these small things, but I would say currently I feel it would be better if you had a few more players so that we could have like for example 8 match seasons. That would be better than, you know, to change the amount of points you get. Just my opinion though. As always, feel free to disagree. As you're on the last 2 possible Tetrises on level 18 here. Next Tetris to Boxie 541. Next Tetris to Shuichi 556 for half a Tetris difference here. Next Tetris 580 transition for Shuichi, 566 transition for Boxie. So yeah, barely any difference at Boxie now to close the well, which means a few lines here that he needs to burn. Shuichi also closed the well here, which means a few lines left to burn. And Vance also saying that in the last season there was 8 matches, it was too many. Yeah, that's also of course a thing. It's like there's too many things that you need to balance for it to work perfectly. And next Tetris here to Boxie. As you know, it's 600 against 617. So yeah, quite close, I'm gonna say here. Poopy also saying maybe that should make the group format be 324, 25. No. No. 662 for Boxie, 678 for Shuichi, etc. here for Boxie on level 22, which means the level 19 transition went nice in this game. One more Tetris now to Shuichi, one more Tetris now to Boxie. Yeah, 720, 712. Now Boxie having a tiny lead, kind of less than half a Tetris here. So this could change pretty much all the time. But Shuichi's board is now getting into a bit trouble. So is Boxie's board. 725 against 747. Shuichi has more points. Both players could potentially top out here. Yeah, especially Boxie. Right side is looking tough. He didn't get the long move. He got the next S-piece off. He needs 7 for the left side. Both players about 747 top out here for Shuichi. 737 top out here for Boxie. So it was a tough piece sequence here. But our German player managed to play with this a bit better, which means that Shuichi won this match and Boxie sadly lost, which means yeah, 3 points for the standings for our for Shuichi and 0 points here for Boxie. Well played by both players, of course, and yeah, also Poopy asking, are you going to CTW Sudest? Depending on who you ask, the answer is gonna be definitely yes, because in my case, for example, I'm one of the main organizers, I pretty much have to be there. Okay, let's refresh this. In case of Shuichi, he's also gonna be there. I'm not sure about the different players. And let's do the transition to our bracket over here, because as you can see, we have Shuichi currently in number 14, only one match won, so pretty much in the center of the stack. Boxie a bit lower, so these are not the top of the top. Shuichi is still fighting to be in the playoffs currently. So let's see in the next matches if he will be able to do that, as there's 2 matches left here for Shuichi that he has to play. And now let me find someone to raid, because we just got the raid from CTM a bit earlier, which means we can forward the raid to Omen War. Who else will raid if not Omen War? So thanks for watching, thanks for playing. Hope you had an amazing time over here. And yeah, see you in another stream. Goodbye.